I found my new favourite Chinese monster movie. Definitely, without a doubt, this is it. I'm deadly serious too. This movie is incredibly fun, and not quite what you'd expect from the Chinese. The script is tight and funny, the characters are hilarious and lovable, the acting is solid, even if it's slightly overacted, and there is no stupid forced government message here at all. Okay, so the CGI is a bit rubbish, and the motivations of the croc make no sense, but this is still a movie worth watching. Hi, I'm the Artie Dans, and welcome to Monster Movie Madness. We're going to take a look at $1 Million Crocodile. And a heads up, there will be spoiler talk throughout this video, so proceed with caution. A man who runs a crocodile farm is forced to sell his beloved babies, but unbeknownst to him, the guy buying it runs a crocodile meat restaurant. As they start preparing the crocs to be eaten, the big one named Amao escapes. Over 8 meters long and on heat, this croc is looking for a home to lay her eggs. But along the way, the croc runs into Wen Yan, a fancy-looking woman who just dumped her boyfriend. Stranded and alone in a tea field with a leather bag full of cash, she runs into the croc, but while trying to fight it off, it eats her bag, the bag with all the money in it. She's now created the $1 Million Crocodile. Well, technically, it's the Million RMB Crocodile, or the €100,000 Crocodile, but neither of those titles sound as good. Anyway, she runs into Useless Wang, the local police officer, and his smart-ass little son who is friends with the crocodile, and spend the next hour desperately trying to get someone to catch the crocodile so she can be reunited with her cash. "2012 was a hell of a year for Chinese cinema. Exciting, creative and entertaining films were everywhere. And in a year that gave us movies like Painted Skin: The Resurrection, The Fall, Tai Chi Hero and The Assassins, we also got this. And while this movie might not be remembered in the same category as those films, it is highly entertaining. And most of that is due to the craziness, yet simplicity of the story. There's nothing complex here. This isn't a lab-grown crocodile with superpowers or an evil megacorporation dumping nuclear waste into a waterway. This is just a huge-ass crocodile, a woman on a mission, a bag full of cash, and a bumbling police officer. What else do you want? Yeah, okay, so the CGI wasn't up to the high levels that was going around at that time. In most shots, you can tell when the crocodile has been digitally inserted into scenes. Its colours don't match the rest of the frame, and the characters react rather awkwardly, but it just suits the tone of the film. I will admit that the CGI used to destroy the house looked half decent, although all I could think of was how poor Useless Wang and his smart-ass son's house was getting destroyed, and that they'd need to rebuild it. That's how much I fell in love with these characters. At least their bootleg Nintendo system and their television remained untouched. Suet, the man with the most famous hairy mole in the world, hams it up like only he can. He has a real knack in comedy films of just being completely over the top and silly, and in this movie with his hairy mole and very large round belly, he's just at his crazy best. In the same year he made this, he also made the horror thriller Fairy Tale Killer, which isn't half bad but not that great, and starred along Louis Koo in Johnny To's popular action movie Drug War. It's just insane how hard-working this guy is, and the breadth of roles he's willing to take just to get paid. He isn't the only well-known person in this film either, with Taiwanese singer Barbie Su as Wen Yan and Guo Tao as Useless Wang, who was also in Drug War. There was obviously a sense of expectation with this film's release, with that kind of cast, and the US $4.7 million budget, which is ridiculous for Chinese cinema in 2021, let alone a film in 2012, proves that. I asked the same question about Cockroach Tide, and it's valid for this movie too. This movie does not take itself seriously at all, and without any forced government messages, the filmmaker has gone all out just to make something entertaining. This is a movie that's also available dubbed in English on many streaming services around the world, and is also available on Blu-ray and DVD. However, I'd say that 2014's Bugs 3D is probably the better Chinese monster movie. While it's also pure trashy entertainment like this film, it adds a lot of bikini women and eye candy that this film doesn't have. Either way, you can't go wrong with an easy to follow story, very entertaining and lovable characters, and an ending that'll make you wonder where the sequel went. Yep, move over Bugs 3D, this is my new favourite Chinese monster movie, and it's going to be a hard one to top. I say, thumbs up, go watch it now. If you've seen it, what did you think? Thank you for watching this review. Please don't forget to press the like button and consider subscribing to support the channel.